now we are going to call the apple of the eye of Raghav and the apple of the eye of her mother-in-law, Subhashini Kame. She incidentally also works in Apple. She's been working there for the past 8 years in the project management for systems quality. She's a technology geek, a person who's worked in 3 different countries, 6 different cities, also interested in social service, contributes and volunteers for the soup kitchen, for road homeless unsheltered. She's been sponsoring a child for the past 5 years. So with a big round of applause, please call Subhashini Kamesh to do a book reading for this amazing book called Shoreless Infinite. Yeah.
I was the lucky few to be able to read it before. I had few places where I could read about 4 paragraphs, so I'm going to read about 4 sections of this place. The first, sorry. Yeah. So the first para that I wanted to read, which I found really helpful, was it's from a chapter called Blissifying. This is an extract from that place. I have always found something in being happy in each phase of my life and traversed the journey joyfully. I have never felt that my days were passing just like that. I have constantly endured that there is something worthwhile to look back at end of every day. It could be anything from learning to sing a new song, either a Tyagaraja Kirti, a film by Chitta, or Carpenter's hit, I Won't Last a Day Without You. Taking care of my family and health and nutrition, or perhaps learning a new yogasana or a floor exercise. I tried doing things that mattered to my family, me, while living my life to the fullest. Most of the goals and activities I choose gave me newfound enthusiasm. In other words, I have no dull moments to talk of in my life. This is an extract, and I feel like when I read that, I totally understood because I've known her for 10 years since I got married, so I totally attest to that. I totally believe that she does do that. The next chapter that I wanted to read a small bit was from a chapter called My Journey in Communications and PR. This is one of the paragraphs that I found very interesting. My life is similar to the PR practitioners who do not own significant assets because people are their assets, while public relations and communications at micro level are people relations. I just love how she compared PR to people relations because that's very important, right? Like from networking and things like that. So she is that type, you know, like she enjoys being with people and enjoying that. The third extract I have is from Motherhood, Instilling Values and Skills, a chapter from that. For me, it's very close to my heart because I have a son. I'm a mother too. I'm a working mom. So this really felt like close to my heart. She talks about her children here. Morals and discipline were built in them as they grew up. I was spending quality and quantity time with my children. Despite my commitments, I always had time for my children. I know my husband said that in the previous, I really felt that this is important because even for me, I make sure that even if I'm working, I make sure that my son is always number 1. My last extract that I wanted to read is from the chapter, My Life with Mother's Arrival. Mother says, women are more proficient at creating the bridge of change and are better equipped as constructive creators as they know how to handle the power of truth. Yes, that's absolutely truth. I follow this in all aspects of my life. I venture into new careers, new friends, new recipes, thoughts, actions, and new learnings. That's why life never sucks for me. When people talk about depression and say life is boring, I wonder how and why. I remember my daughter-in-law asking me once if it's not dull cooking for the family for so many years. By the way, that's not me, that's my co-sister. I didn't ask that question. I said no. I see the subjective dimension in any work done instead of the objective measurements. The later leads to disappointments. But the subjective aspects, which is inner dimension, is superior and different from outer one. It gives me fulfillment. So these were the 4 extracts. I hope all of you get to read the entire book because it's really wonderful. So thank you.